So we went away for a week and had a very lovely vacation. But when I came back, my garden has been super overgrown and I can't even keep up with harvesting it right now. So let me show you harvesting a bunch of yellow squash and how I'm preserving them when I don't have time to do anything else with them. So I could see all of the yellow squash through the plants, and I knew that that had to be my number one priority, and I knew it was going to be too much for a regular basket. So here I am. Here I am, just harvesting them and counting them as I go because I want to see how ridiculous this gets. And I also do some upkeep. I pulled a bunch of weeds and took some of the diseased and buggy leaves off. And this took way longer than it should have because I kept having to stop and do, parent things. But ultimately, I ended up with 10 yellow squash and 3 cabbages and a whole bunch of cucumbers. I looked at all of the squash as I picked them to make sure that they didn't have any bug damage and that they were going to be healthy enough to store for a while. So here I am showing you the squash that I'm going to cut and attempt to flash freeze. So I have this kind of deep pan and I'm just layering the squash with parchment paper. And for the most part, I'm not cutting out the seeds, but one of them was actually so mature that the seeds are not going to be edible. So that I am going to take the seeds out and freeze just the little kind of half moons. The seeds that I'm going to take out, I'm not going to replant just because I'm somewhat worried about cross-pollinating with all the different squash varieties I have growing. So these are going to the birds, which the quail love them. So this is a few days later after the squash have had plenty of time to freeze, and they are frozen solid. So I'm going to go ahead and put them in freezer bags so that I can continue freezing this amazing and overwhelming squash harvest. I hope you enjoyed that kind of short tutorial. I did film the rest of my harvesting. I think I got like 5 cucumbers and some zucchini and all that, but my phone overheated. So that's all I have as far as that portion of harvesting the garden. But if you want to see how I use all of these frozen squash, like and subscribe so that you'll see my next update.